Hi, and welcome to the What's Cooking Show. I'm your host today, Joey Quibido with Piggly Wiggly here in Opelousas.
And I'm Chef Jason Hugate from the Steamboat Warehouse in Washington, Louisiana. We have two very special guests today, Jordy and Vincent from the John Lafitte National Park here in Eunice, Louisiana. Jordy, give us a brief explanation of what we're going to be making today, man.
So there's going to be some corn mac choux.
It sounds really good because everybody got different ways of cooking corn mac choux. So join us back for more What's Cooking, and Jordy's going to start his recipe for us.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We're here with Jordy and Vincent, and we're going to start our dish right now. So, Jordy, how do we begin our corn mac choux today?
You start with some oil.
Kind of all we got, man. Just some
olive oil. It's just some
Okay.
olive oil. Of course, you want to have it about medium heat. And here we're going to start with some tasso. Slice this up.
Some pretty tasso.
While Jordy's doing that, Vince, why don't you tell us a little bit about the national park?
Well, we're there in Eunice. It's actually called John Lafitte National Historical Park and Preserve. We're at the Prairie Acadian Cultural Center in Eunice, next door to the Liberty Theater on Park Avenue. And there during the day, we have videos to watch on the history of the Acadians. We have a museum that goes through goes about the expulsion, the migration. It's broken into segments, the family and music and so forth. Then we have a crafts room. And then we have our kitchen, where every Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock, we got Jordy there preparing different Cajun dishes. And at 3 o'clock, before the food, we have a live music program.
Wow, so you got something exciting all happening all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All day long.
Now, what time does the park open at that, Vince?
We open from 9:30 until 4:30 during the week, and 9:30 until 6 on Saturday. And so you come visit us at 3 o'clock with the music, 4 o'clock cooking, then 6 o'clock next door at the Liberty Theater for the live Rendezvous de Cajun Cajun show that's broadcast right here.
Right, good.
Every Saturday, right?
Every Saturday, 6 o'clock.
So, Jordy, you do all the cooking on Saturdays over there?
That's correct. I've been doing it since June. It's every Saturday at 4. Yes, sir.
And you just pick a different dish every week?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Oh, okay.
And he plays music with us.
Oh, very
A cooking
talented.
musician.
Give us some examples of what kind of dishes you make
Well, I do
in the past.
Sure. Well, I start off with jambalaya, sauce piquant, those things like that. I eventually did some gumbo. I did something a little different, almost like a fusion dish, Cajun spaghetti.
That sounds good.
In the future, I want to do some stew. It's always something different.
Yeah. Just good stuff.
Yeah, very good stuff. Speaking about good stuff, especially like Jordy's cooking here today, can be found at your local Piggly Wiggly stores here in Opelousas, with 2 locations to serve you.
8410 Highway 182 North,
Or,
1305 Heather Drive,
and
Highway 1 in Simsport.
we still don't know the numbers
I
yet.
think 17 something. You said it one day.
17 something. I don't
17
remember exactly what it is.
Simsport.
Or you can find a copy of this recipe on our website at kgcg.com and click on the What's Cooking show.
Not fun anymore. You say it right every time.
No, I know. I don't spell it no more. It's just not
Those are
fun
the
no
good
more.
old days.
By the way,
I'll mess it up.
Jordy's got a blog site with all of his recipes that he puts on there called
Gourmet by Jordy.
Gourmet
Go
by
ahead.
Jordy.
I like that
Nice.
name.
Yeah, that's cool.
Straight and to the point.
Yeah. He's so good, I don't call him a cook, I call him a chef.
Ah,
Hey, you don't have to go to culinary school to be a chef.
that's true. That's right.
You don't.
Just something, when I started 3 or 4 years ago, I just started cooking for friends and family. And I just pretty much fell in love with it. It's just, I love to do it.
I think most people around this area love to cook. Not all of them, but
True.
this is just a culture down here. We just love cooking.
Just like I was telling you about the book, we have Cajun Men Cook, which is people from up north come down
Should've
here
brought
and they
one
find
of
that
those today.
unusual. Yeah, I should have brought the book.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure these cookbooks are for sale. Where can they find these cookbooks?
At our center there, in the lobby, we have a bookstore. We've got all of the classics, like Who's Your Mama? Are You Catholic? Can You Make a Roux? All of those real classic cookbooks are there.
I think it's Who's Your Daddy? Could be wrong.
So they can find all the cookbooks and stuff there.
Cookbooks, CDs, historical books too. That's really, really good that you won't find anywhere. We got stuff that even Barnes and Noble doesn't have.
Wow.
Specialty stuff.
Real good.
That's very, very nice.
Smells good.
I'm telling you, you got it smelling good in here.
And just this is, you know, the idea of browning and braising the ingredients is very common in Cajun cuisine. Pretty much every dish we do, except for maybe like gumbo fricassee, involves sautéing it, smothering it.
Right.
It's very, very common.
Well, Jordan, next year you're gonna have to try to come and join the soiree with
You
us.
need to come.
Yeah,
That would be all right.
Speaking about soirees,
Yeah, tell us about
we got to
soirees.
congratulate our own Jason Hugate.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Came first in seafood, second in gumbo. I'm sorry, second in soup, best overall, and people's choice.
Yeah, it was very overwhelming. I will never top last night's winnings in one night.
It was fantastic.
It was amazing. I'm still kind of in shock. And I still can't keep up with all the text messages and Facebook messages. And all that.
Who handed out the awards?
Oh, actually, yeah, we were talking about it earlier. It was really a sweet moment, special to me, not just because of the awards that we won, but Chef Paul Miller, who was a guy who I did an apprentice under at K. Paul's in New Orleans. He was a celebrity chef handing out the awards, and it's kind of a
Quite an honor.
Special moment, yeah.
yeah. I hadn't seen him in years, you know, and we keep in touch. You know, we talk to each other, you know, as often as we can. But to have him there, and some other family members that have never had the opportunity to see what we do, they were in attendance, and some other good friends that were there. So everyone was there that I wanted to be there, you know, and it was just special.
It was a proud moment, yeah.
Did he say congratulations, little grasshopper?
He did. actually, the last one that he, you know, they called me up for, he actually pulled me in close and asked me, "Man, is this thing rigged or what?" I said, "No."
Don't say that.
Definitely not.
But we also had some other winners. Explain who.
That's right. My wife won second place in her dessert category, and very
The
proud of her
same
too.
dish that she took top dog honors at the OC
Oh,
Tasters.
she tasted it, yeah.
She was best overall. It was a bread
It's a
pudding, and it's amazing.
Pecan praline bread pudding that she
Oh,
does
man.
with a caramel
It's
sauce.
amazing. It really is.
Well, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with more What's Cooking in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the What's Cooking Show. Again, we have Jordy and Vince with us here today, and Jordy's cooking us his version of a corn mac choux. So we're going to go ahead and go back to Jordy and let him continue where he's at.
All right, now we're going to throw in the tomato.
It smells good.
Yeah, it
Smoky
does.
tasso.
See, at this point, it's really starting to, you know, cook down really well. So that's, you know, pretty much once you see that, that's when it's time to throw in the other ingredients.
Okay.
It's good to have tomato and corn mac choux.
Yeah.
It's a very good match.
I think the original corn mac choux recipe had cabbage, I believe, in it.
Really?
Wow.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken, I read somewhere in one of as a cookbook that had a history in it, and it said the original corn mac choux, something about the name is cabbage in French or something.
I don't know.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Shoe, yeah.
Choose cabbage.
I never thought about that.
Maybe it's one of the cookbooks you got over there, Vince.
Next time I'll be
I'm
more
sure it
prepared.
is.
Yeah,
Let me get
good.
that little stem out of there.
Thanks.
Little leaf.
Stir this around well.
It's coming together, man. I like that pot you got there too, buddy.
Appreciate that.
Can't go wrong.
Pretty much every Cajun household has a, you know, some sort of black pot, whether, you know, pretty much whether it's huge or it's small. I mean, there's some kind of a black pot in that house, you know.
My mom gave me a call a few days ago. Said that someone she works with was ready to buy some pots for their home. And he said, I wanted to ask you if you could ask your son, because I want whatever kind of pots a chef would have in his home. And so my mom said, so I'm asking you, what pots do you use? I said, basically, I use Magnolites and cast iron, and that's it. And a rice pot. I mean,
Yeah.
Rice cooker?
yeah, other than that, I really don't use any other pot and pan. I mean, you know, I don't use the cheaper versions at Walmart of different skillets.
Right,
I don't
yeah.
use that. I use cast iron, and I use Magnolite.
Magnolite is, to me, is one of the best spots you can buy.
Yeah. Now, you know, the one I have is not a true Magnolite, but it's the off-brand. I mean,
Generic.
yeah, because I mean,
Magnaware.
I think they quit making Magnolites.
Actually, no, they had
did
quit
for a
making it
while.
one time, but you can find that at Sam's now.
Really? Next time you go,
You got it.
give me a call.
I will do that. Well, Jordan, where we at? We ready to add our corn yet?
Yes, sir. It's time for the corn.
Okay.
And this is fresh corn, by the way.
You can tell. Fresh off the husk.
And now I don't know, like I guess you can say you pretty much everything, pretty much sizzle now. This is the whole point. You want it to all get in there and stir fry and smother well.
Kind of come together.
So get it all meshed up together.
It's beautiful. All I need is a spoon.
Well, Mr. Vince, how long have you been with the national parks?
28 years now.
Wow.
Now, the center there in Eunice has been open since October of '91. And our focus is on the prairie Cajuns. Then our site down in Thibodaux is on the wetlands, or what we call the Bayou Cajuns. You know, again, different food down there too. You know, a lot of seafood.
Now,
And our center-
where did you work at? Which one did you work at before?
28 years, right there in Eunice.
Oh, really? So you've been in Eunice the whole time?
That's right. That's right.
Good deal.
I was there before the center opened.
All right.
In order to gather all the artifacts they needed to create the museum.
Collection.
I'm sure it takes a good bit of time to prepare before you open something like that.
Oh yeah, it took about 5 years just to get it all ready and designed and so forth. And a lot of input from a lot of different people, like the locals, like Dewey Balfour and Barry Ossolet, then the Lower Mississippi Delta Committee, then the Smithsonian was involved in the design of this thing.
Wow.
And originally our kitchen was about the size of this.
Come
And
on.
we said, no, we just got to be much bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
And sure enough, it is. It's much bigger. And we have the mirror right over the stove so you can see what's going on in the pot. It's fully equipped with, oven and refrigerator and so forth.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
We're going to have to check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
check
Got
that
to
out.
get you to come one Saturday afternoon and cook for us.
Yeah, hey, why not?
Yeah.
good idea,
We'd love
Jason.
that. And you can promote your restaurant.
Yeah.
And you can come and promote Piggly Wiggly with you.
He
Glad
also
to.
works at Don's in Lafayette.
Don's Seafood and Steakhouse.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
The original Don's.
The
on
original.
Video.
Right.
The original.
That started in Lafayette, right?
That's correct. In 1934.
That's some good
Because I lived in New Orleans and we'd go to the Don's over there in Metairie.
Metairie?
Yeah.
Yep.
Great food there.
Yeah, I've been there a long time.
And then, well, getting back to our center is the one in Lafayette. It's right there by Vermilionville. And it gives an overview of all of Acadiana, the 22 parishes. It covers both the prairie and the Bayou Cajuns.
Ooh, that corn smelling good.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it smells
I know I
really
said that
good.
already, but I'm going to keep saying it.
Then our other sites in New Orleans, there's 3. There's the French Quarter unit. Of course, their focus is the French Quarter. And then there's Barataria, which is the actual preserve. It's 20,000 acres of wetlands where you can walk through the swamp and never get your feet wet. It's
Wow.
all boardwalks through there. And then Chalmette, where the Battle of New Orleans took place. The cemetery and the battlefield is still there. So that's
Lots
the
and lots of
6.
history.
Lots of history. Then there's Jazz National Park in New Orleans. That's not part of us. And then up in Natchitoches is the Cane River Creole National Park. So there's actually 6, 7, 8 national park sites in Louisiana.
Wow.
I believe I've been to the French Quarter one. Is that the one is it located in the French Quarter?
Yeah, 419
Yes.
Decatur.
I went to it. Yes, I went to it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Really, really
It's
nice.
nice. I went with a girlfriend years ago, and she was doing some type of project for college. And it was very interesting what I saw. I mean, I went to just tag along, and I found myself really, dialing
Checking
in.
stuff out real close, huh? Really,
Yes,
really
sir.
nice. That smelled really good. We're gonna go ahead and take another short break, and we're gonna come back for more What's Cooking, and Jordy's gonna finish up his recipe
And
for
eat.
us.
And
we'll,
eat.
And eat.
Let's
yeah.
eat.
And we'll talk a little bit more about the national parks. So join us back in just a few minutes.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here again with Jordy and Vincent from the John Lafitte's historic
National
park.
Historical Park
National
and
Historic-
Preserve.
And preserve. But we are finishing up our dish pretty soon. Jordy, how we stand on our dish?
Well, it's looking good. It's all cooked down well. It's looking pretty. So now it's time for some butter and some seasoning.
He's looking real pretty.
And, you know, when it comes to butter, as much as you want. That's up to you. If you want to completely saturate it, that's up to you.
I think that's the going thing in Cajun country.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much. That's
And
what we give.
where'd you buy your butter and your seasoning?
Piggly Wiggly.
That's right. All the fresh ingredients that Jordan's doing today can be found at your local Piggly Wiggly stores here in Opelousas, 8410 Highway 182 North.
Oh
Or
man, that's kind of messed up. You stole my glory.
I'm going to give you half of it.
1305 Heather Drive
Or
or 1700 something Highway 1
I
in
think it's
Simsport.
1740 something. I'm not
Let's
sure.
say that for now.
Okay.
You know, I said that last show. I said I was gonna Google it and find the address, and I didn't. I forget as soon as I walk out the door.
All I got to do is pick up the phone and call.
Yeah, I know. You have no more excuse than me.
That's right. You're right. I should know that right off the bat, but just I never really. You know, just your computers nowadays, you just
Yeah.
mail them a check and it just goes to them.
It's too easy.
Yeah. I don't even know the address. It's just all in the computer and saved. And you know how QuickBooks operates.
Matter of fact, I went to the Piggly Wiggly just the other day. Bought a bunch of meats, stuff like that. I always go for the meats.
Yep.
That's
I
the way-
did see you there.
Good selections, yeah.
Yeah, we have the good certified Angus beef meat. which is-
CAB,
that's
ground beef. Can't find that just anywhere. You know, some places have it, but not many. But I get it. I'm on a special diet lately. So I just take some CAB, ground beef, cook it down, add some kind of vegetables to it or something, and eat that. Kind of stay away from the carbs.
Yeah, look like you need a diet.
Right. Well, Vince, tell us again about all the nice things that are going on at the parks.
Well, again, getting back to Saturday afternoons at 3, we have not only our musicians, but we have our volunteer dancers, because we have people from out of this area want to come in and they don't know how to dance, so our volunteers get them up on the floor.
I mean, like two-stepping?
Two-stepping, waltzing,
dancing? Yeah,
traditional,
yes.
traditional
Yeah.
Cajun dancing. So they spend the afternoon with us there, and then the video we have, it's called Echoes of Acadie, and it's about the expulsion of the Acadians up in what is now Nova Scotia, and how eventually how the word Cajun came about from Acadian, which in French is Acadien, and when they got here, the English would say, "What are you?" And they'd say, "Acadian." Oh, you're a Cajun.
Yeah.
So that's how we got the word Cajun. And in the video, again, the deportation and how the exiles were sent to the colonies, the British colonies. Some went back to France on welfare, what they called the dole. Some went back to England as prisoners of war. And when the British kicked them out, they made sure they threw them to the four winds, and you will never, ever get back together. Well, the British were wrong, as usual.
Underestimated.
And so some of them went down even as far as the Falkland Islands. Wow. I mean, it was a huge. And then that was in 1755. And then in 1765, that's when the Acadians started arriving here in the Takapaw territory. And others around the world that were scattered out heard about it. This is French. This is a French colony. So they started arriving here, but it wasn't French anymore. It was Spanish. But the Spanish says, "We love you guys. You're Catholic. You hate the Brits. We do too.
We got something in common.
We're going to give you some land and, just settle out here on the prairies and, of course, down in the wetlands, down the bayous." So they were very welcomed by the Spanish that were here, and then eventually went back to France, and then from France back to the United States, bought them out. So that's what we portray at the center there, explain it all to them, either in film or in the museum. And, of course, the music. And Jordy here, his grandfather is very, very famous. I don't know if you ever heard of Andrew Cormier. Very famous accordion player in the Golden Triangle, the Port Arthur.
Orange Beaumont.
That's what we call Cajun Lapland. That's where Louisiana laps over into Texas. If it weren't for Cajuns, there'd be no Port Arthur or Beaumont.
Right.
So many of them left here and went there, especially during the war. you know, working in the shipyards and the petrochemical plants.
Trying to get away from
So
work.
his grandfather was very, very famous, and he's moved back to Eunice now, retired.
Yeah.
And
So
so
if you
now
don't
he's
have
got
much plan on a Saturday, you got a free Saturday open.
yeah, please come join
That's
us.
a nice little day, you know.
Spend the day with us, and then just move next door to the Liberty Theater at 6 o'clock, from 6 to 7:30 every Saturday night.
If you plan correctly, you can hit it all.
Right.
All the good points.
Get there, you know, around 2 o'clock. After leaving all the other places, you know how there is on Saturday around in our area. There's always music starting
Something
9
going
o'clock
on,
in the
yeah.
morning, all day.
Yep.
And end up with us and the Liberty Theater.
You go to hit Fred's and Mamu first.
Oh,
Yeah.
Everybody's got to go to Fred's at least once in their life.
Not just during Mardi Gras.
No, forget Mardi Gras.
Well, Jordan, let's go ahead and finish up our dish. You know, add some seasoning or whatever to it, and then we're gonna go ahead and plate it up.
I'm gonna plate it up and we'll put that to the front. It looks good. I can't wait to get a
Smells
spoon. Dig into it. Some tasso.
And again, if you want a copy of this recipe or any other recipes done here on the show, you can go to our website at kdcg.com and click on the What's Cooking Show. Or you can stop by your local Piggly Wiggly stores here in Opelousas, or you can go by and meet Jason at the Steamboat, and we'll be glad to print up a copy off the computer for you, or maybe answer any questions they might have. You know, just the only thing we actually try to remember exactly who the chef is and, you know, what
Yep.
they prepared, because we got so many, there's over 200 something recipes on the archives now.
Now it's all categorized. Steve took it a while back and make sure that, you know, put it in different categories. So it's too easy to find any kind of recipe you want there. All you gotta do is click on a category and go down the list.
That's it.
Very simple. There's a few dishes from you, a few dishes from me.
Yeah. And pretty soon, hopefully, it'll be your award-winning dish you did for the soiree.
I think Steve wants me to do that one on one show. We'll maybe show how to prepare the soft shell crab dish.
That's true, because
They're-
I mean, it's a certain thing that you have to go through to
You
prepare
know,
soft shell.
we always do really well, and I expected to do fairly well. I just definitely didn't expect all of that. I
Oh, it
didn't.
was wonderful.
So I was blessed. I'm thankful.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
It was wonderful. You did a great job, Jason.
But guys, thank you for coming.
Thank y'all so
Thank
much.
y'all,
Appreciate
thank y'all
having
for
you on the show.
inviting us.
Yes, Vince.
Appreciate it.
And good luck to the Senator and Jordy.
Okay.
Thank you. And keep up the good cooking. And hopefully next year we'll see you at the soiree.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations
Thank
again.
you very much.
And again, if y'all want a copy of the recipe, just go to our website or come your Piggly Wiggly stores, or go by Jason at the Steamboat.
Or if you want to go to Piggly Wiggly just to pick up your local groceries, you know,
That's it.
something you need.
Locally fresh. We have a lot of fresh people around here with fresh produce that we buy from locally.
Yes.
You know, try to keep it as local as possible. We have Mr. Larry Fontenot. He brings us fresh cut okra every day.
Come on.
Oh yeah, he's a really nice guy, and a lot of times he'll bring us some mustard greens and stuff like that. So just it's locally grown stuff.
It don't beat Cheese Island, but it'll do.
You're right.
Cheese Island's my favorite part.
And thank y'all for watching the What's Cooking Show, and join us back next week when we have another celebrity guest come in, or just anybody to come in. And join us next week.